What's up YouTube? This is StreetSid and welcome to part 2 of my first gameplay. In the first commentary I talked a little about the first perks and in general about the game, what I think about it. And now what I remembered was that I forgot to talk about the pro version of the first perks. So I'm just going to do that really fast now and then I'm going to move on to the other perks. So the probability of lightweight makes so you have no falling damage. The probability of scavenger makes so you start with a double amount of ammunition. The probability of ghost makes you undetectable by aircraft, infrared and sentries. And enemies won't see your name or a red crosshair when targeting you. And Flak Jacket Pro, I basically said with Flak Jacket Pro, it makes you give more resistance to fire damage, but it also resets the grenades fuse so you can throw them back easier. And then there's Hardline Pro, which I really like, is that you have a second chance on care packages. You can basically double tap X when you're near a care package, or square when you're on the PS3. Then you can just double tap it and you will get another chance on the care package. But now moving on to perk slot 2. And first of all, I just want to say that I'm talking off a sheet here, so I've just written the information down, so if you think it sounds a little weird. But anyway, the first perk in perk slot 2 is Hardened. And Hardened increase your weapon bullet penetration, and that's it. And the probability gives extra damage to aircraft, turrets, and also reduces flinch. And flinch is basically that it's kind of, I don't know how to explain to flinch, but if you look it up on the internet, there's probably some explanations there. I don't really know how to explain to flinch, and I'm sorry for it. But then we have Scout. Scout enables you to hold your breath longer when you use a weapon, a sniper scope or an infrared scope. I don't know if it's any other scopes, but that's the one I know of that you can use it. And the probability, which I actually can be pretty useful, and is Scout is a perk that is kind of, how to say, it's specialized for snipers, because the probability allows you to switch your weapon faster, so you can easier use another weapon close quarters. And then you have Steady Aim. And Steady Aim is basically you're more accurate when you hip fire. It's like it always been. And then the probability, it's basically a lightweight pro from Modern Warfare 2. And that is you aim down faster after sprinting. It also recovers fast. You also recover faster from knife lunge. And then we have Sleight of Hand. The Sleight of Hand is a really good perk. It basically makes so you reload faster, and the probability makes so you aim down faster. And this is, I would always say, a favorite by many people. And then we have the last perk in perk slot 2 is Warlord. And Warlord works basically like Bling, in that you can have 2 attachments on your primary weapon. And the probability makes so you have 1 extra lethal and tactical grenade. Except if you have smoke grenade, which is the Willy Pete. And then we move over to perk slot 3. And perk slot 3, then we have first Tactical Mask. And Tactical Mask protects you against Nova Gas. And then the probability makes so Tactical Mask Pro reduces the effects of flashbang and concussion grenades. And it also reveals the position of a flash or stun player. And this can be very useful if you're kind of breaching a room, so to say. Then we have Marathon. A Marathon is basically like extreme conditioning, which you can run faster for a longer time, but you can't run for an unlimited amount of time. But probability makes you can run for an unlimited amount of time. Then we have Ninja. And Ninja was a pretty big favorite to use in Modern Warfare 2, but here it's not so useful, because Ninja does the same thing. It makes so your movement, your speed, your footstep is almost silent, and the probability makes so your enemies are louder. Enemies' footsteps are louder. But many people think that this is a problem, like it doesn't work. You can't hear footsteps, that the sound is broken on the footsteps. And I heard that Treyarch is gonna fix this. And then again, other people say that they can do it perfectly fine, and that is not broken, but it just sound different. Me, I think it's, I don't want to say broken, but it's weird. It doesn't feel right to say, sounds say. And then we have Second Chance, and I already said in the first part what I think about Second Chance. But it basically makes so when the normal ability makes so you go down to kind of you go in a down position and you can shoot the enemy. You will die after a while, but the pro ability makes so you can be revived and you can revive. I'm not sure if you can revive. Yeah, I don't know sure if you have to have Second Chance Pro to revive, but at least then you can be revived. And then we have Hacker. Hacker is actually my favorite. I have it on almost every class. And we have that. Sorry. What Hacker Pro is that you can see enemy explosives and equipment and tactical grenades. No, I'm sorry, tactical insertions. And the pro ability is that you can, first of all, you can booby trap enemy care package. You do not only booby trap them, you also take what's in it, so you get what's in the care package. But the enemy, or at the enemy radar, it still says there's a care package there. So they still think there's something in the care package. Another thing is that it makes so you can take over enemy equipment. And I've found this very useful, because then if I see a claymore, motion sensor or anything like that, you can just take it over and use it yourself. The only downside is that if you take over a, I don't know, I'm not completely sure what it's called, but it's like the camera. If you take over the camera, you can, normally you would be able to toggle the camera and the map, because the camera takes the place of the minimap. And normally you could do that, but if you take over a camera spike, I think it's called camera spike, then you will only be able to see the camera spike. You can't choose to have you can't toggle it. And I found that's kind of annoying, but still I think I only taken two of the cameras, so I don't really care too much. But then again, I could just destroy it instead of taking it over, so it's not a problem at all. And that's basically the perk. So I thought I would also talk about the weapons I use, and I'll just start with the ones I don't use, and that's the sniper and the shotgun. I've heard that the shotgun is actually pretty useful, but I just haven't bothered making a class yet. I rather just use a submachine gun in close range, because they work pretty good as well. And I don't use light machine guns either. So the submachine guns, I use only one. I have the MPL. The MPL is really good. It has a medium amount of damage. It doesn't have too much recoil. And it's overall pretty good. Close range and really good weapon. You can also use it long range. Maybe not long range, but like medium range to almost long range. You can use it long range if you're really accurate with it. If you burst fire. That's basically the only one. I also tried to use the Uzi and the Mac 11, but I don't know, I didn't find them too useful. Maybe it's because I used them with the wrong attachments in the wrong way, I don't know. But I would like to like them, but they're just not likable. It's kind of annoying, because I really like the mini Uzi, or now the Uzi. And the AK-74U, I don't know, I just haven't bothered using it. I know it's a really good weapon, and I like it to be honest, but I don't know. I don't want to use it yet. I want to use other weapons, because I already know how the AK-74U will be. An MP5, I don't know. It's useful, really close range, but if you go medium range with it, you're basically screwed unless the other enemy is either bad or has to identify himself or another bad gun. And the assault rifles, I use the FAMAS, the AUG, the Commando, and the Galil. The Galil and the Commando are basically goes in the same category, and the AUG and FAMAS goes in the same category. The AUG and FAMAS have very light recoil, not very light, just medium recoil maybe. They have high fire rate, and they have a medium amount of damage. And the Galil and the Commando has a high amount of damage, but a medium of recoil and rate of fire. But it seems like I'm out of time, so I hope you liked. please leave a rating, a comment, and subscribe. See you later, guys.